really really necessary to understand the design patterns whenever you work on any project. Okay. And maybe Ataullah, you have got it this image from somewhere internet. Okay, and this is not the perfect one. We have other than these design patterns also, we have so many design patterns which we use. Okay, not only these. Got it? So
Yeah, I
that,
get this
that
one
yeah,
example.
yeah. So that also I will explain later on, but now I want to go with the very basic things. Okay. Okay. So now suppose you have a class user, and around user you want to create APIs. So we are not talking about microservices for now. Okay. We will talk about APIs. Okay. So tell me what all APIs you can write for now, very basic APIs. Tell me for user class. Anybody?
Username.
Okay. Okay. I mean to say, like, what you can write is these HTTP methods.
Okay, like that.
Yes. So what you can write? One get
One
API,
get API. Yes.
which can be
Post.
to get a single user or get multiple users. Okay. Or get all users. Anything related to get whenever you want to do. So one method is get. Okay. And this depends on your requirements. Okay. What else?
Post.
Post.
Post API.
Okay.
And
What it
put
will do?
okay. Put API and
Put.
delete.
Okay. Delete. What
Put.
else?
Okay, it's done.
Okay. So now let's
Request
talk.
body.
Yeah. So there are, other than this, there are many other HTTP methods also. Okay. I can show you here. So you can see get, post, put, patch, delete, head, options. So many are there. But we will talk about get, post, put, and delete. Fine.
Yes.
Okay. So for now. Okay. So now what this get API will do? It will try to get you something. Okay. What this post API will do? Save anything.
Send for send.
Insert and
Save.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Save
Insert
or
and save.
processing. Any
Yes.
Yes.
processing you want to do. Okay.
And
Same.
put a update.
Update or any processing.
Processing. Yes.
And this will
Delete.
be delete based on some condition, like delete this particular user or delete all users related to this particular thing, or delete all users, or delete one user, single user, particular user. Okay. Here this concept is clear.
Yes.
Okay. So now to achieve this, you need to write the API. So first of all, we need to understand which kind of API we will, which kind of method we will use to achieve a particular task. So whenever you get any task, you need to decide whether it should be a get API, post API, put API, or delete API. So how will you recognize whether I need to write a get API or post API or put API or delete API? How will you recognize? If if you if they are asking, if you need to write some API where you need to give input as params or path variable. Variable you all know.
Yes, a path variable.
Yes. So path
Can
variable
you explain it, sir?
okay, I'll tell you. So suppose you created your
We
APIs.
have done in our class.
Yeah. Suppose you have created your
Then
API
okay,
like
but I want to
user.
explain by
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So suppose you created a API get user. Okay. And on user, you want to get particular user with some ID. So this ID you can pass anything. So in real time, you can pass /users/1. So whenever you pass any variable in the path itself, So this variable, whichever you are passing, this can be anything. It can be 2 or 3. So whatever variable you will pass here, whatever value you will pass here, that it will fetch you that user based on that ID. Okay, so this kind of variables are called path variables. Okay, and whenever you are passing any variable as a param, like with param, how do you pass? With this question mark. So till here it is a path. In path, after path you have this, and then you are passing id equals to 1. Okay, so what it will do? It will this will go as a param. Got it? So difference between path param or path variable and param is this. So this will go as a request param. Any doubt here?
No, sir.
Okay, so that's what I was telling. So if input is any param or path variable or something, okay, and you based on that input you want to get some output, okay, then you should always create it as a get API. Got it?
Yes, sir. While we are creating, sir, HTML pages in GSP,
Mhm.
sir, in that case, we have to use path variable.
Yes,
Correct, sir?
yes.
Yeah. Like in HTML pages, we have suppose username and password.
Mhm.
So we have to send those two values, username and password, to our.
I'll come to that later on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Sure.
So when we will actually work, we will decide whether like I will based on whatever I'm telling you here. Based on that, we will try to find out whether it should be get or post or put. Okay. Now suppose what is post? When you have some we are giving any input as an object, and based on that object you want to get some data, or you want to process something thing, or especially you want to save something, okay, based on object. Okay, that time you should always use it as a post API. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So if something is related to saving in the DB, it will always be post API. It can never be get API. With get also you can achieve save, but that's not the correct way. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So you should always, if you want to save something or if you want to get some data, then it should be always post. But here one catch is there. So if you want to do based on path variable or any param, if you want to do processing also here, then it will become get. But here, if based on some input, which is a huge object or something like that, which cannot be done with single variable, then it will all, even if you want to do some processing, it will become a post API. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's say put is very simple. Again, put is somewhat related to post. Okay. But the only difference here is here if the input is like existing one,
Yes, sir. Existing one. Correct.
then you always use put. So what you will do, you will either do some process, get some data for the existing one. Okay, then you can use put. If you will do some processing, if you want to do some processing or you want to save that updated one, then you will use always the put. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And delete is
So,
very straightforward. Delete is very straightforward. Delete, you need not to even think of like
yes,
when
sir. Just to delete
delete based on some condition, it will always delete. So
existing record, we have to in which.
yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Got it, sir. Got it.
So these things are very simple. Now I will because we have only 6-7 minutes left, so I will just start with the Spring Boot today. Okay.
Yes.
So let's say, so the way I will try to explain you people na, from the very beginning, you will think this is not the right way to do any Spring Boot application or this. Okay, but why I'm telling you these things is just to explain you. Okay, and gradually we will follow all the like standards which a Spring Boot or Java application should follow. But initially
Okay.
we will not follow, just to explain you. Okay, so
Yes, sir.
let's take an example of user now. So I have created this very simple program. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so what?
Uh,
Yeah,
Let me see, sir. You have created a controller class,
yes.
and
So,
that might be.
Balig, why can you please show like creating this project from the scratch? Like you created this practice, right?
Okay,
So I will
okay,
also set up, create with you, in my system.
okay. So very simple. Suppose there are two ways to create any
So
project.
can you please type this workspace Spring tool? What you that is your
Yes, yes.
Office license version or open source? I
No,
can
this is open
download.
source, STS. So STS is kind of Eclipse,
Mm-hmm.
but it is specifically for Spring they have
Okay.
created. But Eclipse also you can use. But this is created on top of Eclipse only, specifically for Spring.
Yeah. So what you suggest? Better we can install STS, right? If you are using Spring, so we can
Yes,
install
yes,
this, right?
yes. If you are using Spring, then Spring tool suite we need to
So
use.
I understand what you are saying. Like everything is Eclipse. Eclipse is open source, but on top of that, they put something, and because open source, even I can go and modify, and I can say like this is Sartaj Eclipse, right? I can say like that. I can have my own property.
Yes, yes, yes. So somebody has
So
already Spring team. They have created a Spring tool suite on top of that.
STS, right, right. So similarly, like I remember like WebLogic when it was not acquired by Oracle, they had WebLogic workshop. I think in 2006 or seven when Oracle has not acquired WebLogic, BEA WebLogic, right? So
Yes,
they also had kind of Eclipse, but it was like they have modified it and they were calling it WebLogic Workshop.
that's
Similarly,
all.
IBM RAD, right? I was using I think 5 6 years ago IBM RAD. So that
Mm,
also kind of Eclipse, but IBM modified and they're selling as a licensed software because
yes.
they have loaded some of the things on top of the Eclipse,
Yeah, the
right?
only thing, yeah, the only thing is with the open source is like until it is open source, no matter whatever you create, you can't keep it
Mm-hmm.
only for yourself. You need to share it with the larger audience. So similarly,
Community, right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So
Mhm.
Spring team they use Eclipse, which is open source, and they created Spring tool suite, but they need to distribute it free again because they use open source. So unless until they
Mhm.
will acquire or they will uh, use it only for their purpose. Till then, this is like anybody can use it. STS. So you can download from internet and it's very
Which
easy.
version, Balivai? Can you also mention
Any
the version?
latest version you can download like
So
Spring.
just as a standard, we will just go with you. We'll make a standard for our team, and we
So,
all will try to have the same version.
yes, so Spring Tool Suite 4 you can download.
Okay,
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 so and I think if you are on Windows 4.21.0 this version.
okay, sure.
Okay, and it's very easy. Once you download, it's like you just need. So it will come as a like file there somewhere. I'll check. See.
So
SQL.
this one, this is the same
STS.
STS you use for your in
Uh,
your company for your project work. The same tool you use.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Okay, okay,
we at Dell we use this only.
okay. Because in my team they were using IntelliJ. So IntelliJ IDEA, right? IntelliJ IDEA.
Yeah,
That's
most of our people use IntelliJ also and Visual Studio
okay,
Code also. But
okay.
I prefer to use this one. So what you
This
need to
one.
do is you will get one file, you just extract it. After extracting, you will simply get this executable application file and then you just create this shortcut on your desktop. You can do create shortcut. So that it's not like you need to install or something. Okay. So I created a shortcut and from here only I open it. Okay, so if you want to create from the STS, it's very simple. You go here, you create new project you want to create. So there are two ways to create a new project. They have a Spring Starter project and they have import Spring Getting Started content. So if there is one basic project they have created, so you can clone that project using this import, or you can create a starter project. So let's say if we will go with the Spring Starter project. Okay. Okay. So there are
Okay, sir.
many other kind of projects also, but our project will be based on Spring. That's why I have selected Spring Boot. Otherwise, you can have so many other things also here.
Process, yes.
Okay, so but Spring Boot only we want to create. So there are two ways to create Spring Boot: Spring Starter project, or this is already they have created one project on internet as a sample, that as an skeleton you can download this one. Okay, so there you need to download all the contents, and so it will give you here. But this is not the correct way as a beginner. So we'll do with the Spring Starter project. Okay, so if you go here, see it has already populated one URL. Okay, and let's say we will call it, we need to give some name. So let's say SCS we are giving. Okay, AML. This is the name we want to give. So SCL AML, we will give the name. And then so which version of Java you want to create, 17 or 8, that you select. Obviously, we will create, we have two kinds of projects in Spring, Maven and Gradle. This I will tell you later on. But for now, we will select Maven. Packaging, we want jar only. Language is Java. Okay, and here you can give your package, because by default I use com.del and all in Del, so that's why it's coming as com.del. You can give your like com.scs or whatever package name you want to give, the base package. Okay, and then let's say this description you want to give like a SCS project for practice, so you give some description here, and then here you give the uh, package name of that project. So let's say com.scs.aml. So this I want to give as the package name. Okay, and then I will simply click next. So Spring Boot latest version is taking already. So latest version supports Java 17 only, 3.2.0. If you want to go with the earlier version, then you need to select uh, like earlier version, like 2 point something. Okay, because I am using the latest version of Java, which is 17. So I selected this. Now here are so many libraries which you can use. Okay, so this right now I'm not going to select any of these library. Okay, so but these libraries have their own different tasks. So these we can select if you already know, if you are a programmer, you already know which one of these you will use, then you can directly select and it will, sorry.
No, sir, no.
Okay. Otherwise, what we will do, because we want to create a very basic project, so these things we will manually include later on. Like suppose I am going to use PostgreSQL database, so I'll include this library. I want to use Spring Security, I will use this library. Spring Security give you everything related to login, registration, everything. I want to use Timeleaf as a UI, then I will include this library. I want to use Lombok. Lombok is one of the library which will give you all the boilerplate code to do getter, setter kind of thing. So
Yes,
you
sir.
need not to write your getter, setter and all, and logs. Spring Data JPA to connect with the data. I think you already, some of you might be knowing it, is repository concept. So that is that Java persistence API and all. Okay, so anyways, I'm not going to select any of these. And here we have different other tools also. Suppose messaging queue, you want to use any RabbitMQ, Kafka or something. So these also you can select from here, or any NoSQL library, which is like MongoDB or Redis or something like that. Okay, but I'm not going to select any of these because it's like very beginning. From the sketch, I'm assuming that you people are all like KG class in programming. So that's why we are creating very basic project. So this way, just finish it. And here you will see that project got created automatically, skeleton. Okay, and it's still importing. Okay, so once it will be 100% here on the left side, down corner, then it will be 100% created. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
See, so how easy it is to create. So it gave me the skeleton project automatically. Okay, you can see I got the skeleton project. So,
Yes.
and everything revolves around this pom.xml. So this pom.xml will have all the libraries which are needed, dependencies. So you can see it's using Spring Boot 3.2.0 version, which we selected. And it has all automatically given whatever group ID name we gave. This is the project name, and this is the basic version which it will create. And this is the name of the project, and this is the description, Java 17 version. And here two libraries only by default it has included, which is Spring Boot starter project and Spring Boot test project if you want to write JUnit test cases. Okay, so these two only it has included because we did not include any other library. Okay, and if you want to include any other library, here only we will keep including. Got it?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, now let's say we have got very basic project and it has given us only one basic function, which is like only run function, like main function it has given just to run it as a Java program. Okay, so you can see this function automatically it has created. So this function will make it a Spring Boot application. And if you will simply do right click on this, okay, and if you do run as, it will show you run as a Spring Boot application. Got it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So it's very straightforward, this thing. Okay, so now if you see, it has created this one package with one only main function. So other functions we will write. Resources file, it has only put properties, because right, we can have resources as images, any CSS, tomorrow HTML template, anything we want to use, we will put into resources folder. For now it has put only one application.properties. And in application.properties we can define all the properties, like suppose you want to connect with database or something. See, right now you can see it is blank because we did not select anything, so it came as blank. So tomorrow if you want to connect with database, you will mention here database URL, everything related to any property, or any messaging queue, Kafka, or something you want to connect, or any NoSQL DB, MongoDB, or Redis DB, or anything you want to mention, you will mention here in applications.
Sir, it's nothing but our profile, na, sir?
Yes, like kind of configurations, whichever
Configuration. Yeah.
properties you want to use. Okay, so now here test all test cases you will write. So whatever APIs or anything you will write, any code for to test that code, you will write everything here in test folder. So it has given you very good structure, and you need to follow these standards. Okay,
Okay,
now
sir.
now let's say we have a requirement, we want to create a user, and we want to create APIs to get users. Okay, then we'll go about these things later on. So okay, so let's say what you will do first of all. So we will follow here mostly the MVC concept. You know MVC?
Model wave controller.
Exactly. So what is controller first of all?
Yeah,
That
it was my
controls
plan to,
everything.
yeah, Baligul bhai, it was my plan to discuss with them today. Yeah, but it's
Okay,
good, like, good coincidence, you are discussing this. Thank you
good.
so much.
Yeah, that, thank you. No problem. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so so model view controller, the way I want to tell them is like very basic, like very layman, not very technically.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's really great.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So basically what we do is everything whatever we do now, so it goes through controller. So controller, we write all the business logic, like whatever you want to do, and any interface like API or anything. So you write all those things in controller. Okay, controller. So any business logic, any APIs interface, you will write in controller. Okay, and I will explain in detail later on. Okay, now what is model? Anything related to DB will go in this layer. Model, database, anything related to DB will go in this layer. Okay, and view, obviously view is like what is the output. Okay, it can be any HTML page, it can be JSON data, it can be any file, etc. Got it?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, so mostly when we write REST APIs, we don't we always has as a JSON or anything file or something like that. Okay, so we don't have actual view. So view, most of the people, 99% of the people, they confuse view with only HTML pages, like some UI is there. No, it's not always UI. Got it? It can be a simple string also, string or text as an output. Okay, so view can be anything. Okay, so where you are showing output. Model is anything related to DB. Controller is very basic business logic where you will define API. So because we are talking about APIs, I told you previously, I will not discuss microservices as of now. So first thing, APIs we will discuss. So now APIs you want to do, and controller concept, you know. So what we are going to do is anything for users if I want to write. So very simple. What I will do, I will first create, to do anything, what you need to do is you need to create a package. Okay, inside package, what you need to do, classes. And inside classes, write code. Very simple. So you need to first create package, then classes, then write code. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So for that, you need to first design what package you will decide, what classes. So here, suppose I want to write controllers all. So what I will do, I'll create a separate controller package. So what you can
Yeah.
do is you can create anything like new package. You can give com.scs.aml.xyz also, you can give anything, but you should not use any name. You should use the name which is like informative. Okay, so if you want to like club all the controllers together, so I'll create one package as controller. Okay, got it? Or you can call, if you are creating a REST services, so this you can write as .rest.controller also. Got it? So as per your convenience, you can write this. So for now, I will call it as a controller package. So I created one package as a controller. Inside that, what I will do, I want to do something with users. So I am going to create a user controller. What I will do?
User controller.
Yeah. And I hope you already know, like any Java class should start with a capital letter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are basic things. So now here what I'll do, I'll go and I will create a new class. What name I will give you? User controller.
User controller.
And where I am creating inside this controller class. So it will create me a blank class. Now this is a very simple class. This is nothing to do with controller or model or view. Now we will tell Spring that this is a controller. How I will tell? Tell me, anybody. This is a controller class. What I will tell? So here the Spring Boot concept comes into picture.
Yes. Add notion annotation, sir.
Annotation. So I will tell here controller.
Controller. Yes, sir.
So this is a controller I want to create. So it will ask me to import something. So Spring provides libraries. Spring framework we have already included in the dependencies in pom.xml. Automatically
Yes, sir.
give me the suggestions. Okay, you can import this stereotype. So I imported and now I got this controller class. Very simple.
Yes, sir. Very simple.
Here,
Because sir, input is all depend on annotations like REST
exactly.
controller, add
Exactly.
controller, entity, right, sir?
Exactly. Yeah. But don't go too far. Okay. So
Yes,
now
yes, sir.
now everything today will revolve around controller only. Okay. And just to explain you, I will use non-standard things also. So don't worry about it. Okay. So right now, what I just told this as controller. Now this controller to what it will do, what it will do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some APIs here, as I told you. Okay. So what I'll do, so suppose I want to write, let's say here we decided, suppose before only we decided, I want to write one get API to get the user based on ID, or I want to write another API to get all users, which is like this, or I want to write API get users based on any email address. Okay. Or something like that. Okay. So for now, to make it very simple, let's create these two APIs only. Let get users or get user API. So for that, what you will do, first of all, you will write one function. Let's say get users. So I'm writing this users function. So what these functions will do? So you already know now, you need to write some functions to get the users.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, to write the controller, you need to write some functions to do any task. Okay, so I'm writing very simple function, and this function will do something. This is what you have learned already in Java.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and it will give you some output also. Let's say list of strings or
Yes.
something. Okay,
Return type is list. Yes.
let's say here we want to give list of user. Okay, so
Okay.
so
So
this,
user is a class now, sir?
yes, user will be a class. So now we got to know, okay, to get the user, we need to create one class also for users.
Yes, yes, sir. That's
Okay,
why I'm asking.
exactly. So for now, let it be like this get user is giving you strings for now.
Yes.
Okay, string,
Okay, sir. Fine.
like username. Okay. I just want to explain you the concept and what it will give you list of strings. So for list, I will tell, okay, this is a list of strings. So this get user, what it will do, it will give you the list of string. So what, so because I want to provide the list of strings, so what I will do here, I will create new list of strings. Okay, let's say list strings equals to new array list. These C syntaxes you already know. Okay, and this
Yes.
list of string, these are basics of Java. So I am assuming that these things you already know.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Anybody if don't know, then we will do some Java programming also. Okay, so suppose here I want to say one string is Balik, another is Saqib, let's say. Okay, so these two strings are there, and then I will return this list of strings here. Simple.
Yes, sir. Very simple.
Simple. So I wrote this program, I wrote this function, very simple. In Java also you will write like this way. Okay,
Yes, sir.
but here I need to tell them that this is an API, this is an API, and this is when you will hit slash users, then only you will get this data. So how will you tell? So you need,
It insert get yes.
yeah. So there are two ways in Spring to tell that. You will tell them request mapping,
Mapping, yes, and
and you will
yeah.
mention here whatever is the UI. Very simple. So what request mapping it will do? @ okay. So what request mapping it will do? And here we need to provide whether it's a method is get or put or post. Okay, so this is get, and here I need to
Instead
tell
of that, I can write instead of request mapping, I can write there
I'm
get
coming to
mapping.
that. I'm coming to that.
Okay, okay, sir.
You can write it as a post mapping also directly. But why it's not, why it's asking me to
Okay.
create a annotation post mapping? Okay, so for that, we will refer any existing project. Here I have already written the controller. So get mapping, okay. So it should be Spring Framework web.bind, okay. Because we have not included this library. That's why it's not able to find this get mapping and post mapping,
Library. Yes, yes,
because we need to include this
yes.
web library. Okay, so what you'll do, suppose get mapping, suppose, so what I will do, suppose you don't know anything about like which library to use. Very simple, I should have selected web application or something there. It was giving me the option now. There I will tell you, when you will do new project, again spring project, and again if you'll do and go next, here you will see is Spring Reactive Web we should have selected. Oh, sorry, Spring Web we should have selected. Okay, because we did not select this, so that library did not come. Okay, so now what I'll do like a Spring Boot Maven, which Maven dependency. So it will tell me somewhere which Maven dependency I should select. Okay, so yeah, not this one, not this one.
So you are saying like we did not select that while creating the project. That's why now manually we have to
Manually
go
we need
and
to put,
select
and
this
they should, yeah,
dependency,
yes,
and then it will add automatically, right? You
yes,
are
yes,
saying?
yes,
Okay.
and they should know how, like these things actually, because that's why I'm searching. Otherwise I could have copied from here directly, I know.
Right, right,
Okay,
right, right.
but I want to show them like once they are working
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. I
Maven,
understand your idea.
dependency for Spring Web you can select. So this way you can select. Okay, so it will give you. So this is the latest one, and Spring Web MVC. So we can use this Spring Web MVC also, but for now we will use Spring Boot Maven for web, not example, web application. Maven, let's see, for web application. So it gave me starter web. Okay, so I saw here what is the, so Spring Boot starter web. So this is the dependency. So I will simply go and copy this. Okay, where I will put it in pom.xml.
In this here, right? There's different projects. Yeah.
Yes, sorry.
So you guys are following, right? Mehta, Ataullah, Shabana. I think Amir is more clear.
Yeah,
Yes.
I want to make you more
Yes, yes, sir.
independent. That's why I'm doing this way. Otherwise, I could have gone
Yeah.
directly any of my project and I could have copied from there. Then, but you will be confused like, sir copied from some project, he has that.
Yeah,
We don't have.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We appreciate that, Balik bhai. So Mehtab, like Balik bhai, you will feel like what it's nothing to point out someone, but we have to understand each other, right? Who is my team member who needs more help, right? Who is who can help the other team member, right? So like Mehtab has missed some of the session when we are doing Java, so he might need some more help from us.
Yeah, and also if you have a queries but you're not able to express, okay, come
Hmm.
and ask questions, okay. Hindi में भी चलेगा,
Like,
it's not
हाँ,
Yes,
हिंदी में
yes.
भी चलेगा. We know like our communication is
हाँ,
not that good, so you can speak in Hindi, Mehtab, right?
कुछ भी
There's
नहीं
nothing
है.
I'm calling out any
मेन
name
मेन
or
मेन मेन फंड मेन
putting
जो
you
है
on
बेस.
spot. Yeah.
हाँ, मेन इंटेंशन है कि अपने को समझ में आना चाहिए, वो इंग्लिश हो
हाँ,
या कुछ भी हो.
हाँ,
सर कल मेरे से बात हुई थी मेहताब से, कल उसने
हाँ,
मैसेज किया था मुझे, तो मैंने उसको कॉल किया था, तो उसने कहा कि उसको जॉब के लिए जाना है, तो आज हम करने वाले हैं सर, मतलब आफ्टर दैट
हाँ,
सेशन
हाँ,
वी विल.
हाँ, हाँ. नहीं, वही मैं चाह रहा हूँ कि देखो मतलब इतने अच्छे रिसोर्स है. बलीग इज लाइक ही इज गिविंग हिज टाइम, ही इज आर्किटेक्ट, राइट? सो यू शुड नो द वैल्यू ऑफ द टाइम. सो क्वेश्चन पूछो, इंटरेक्टिव करो, ठीक है ना? नहीं समझ में आ रहा, पूछो, ठीक है?
और
शर्माओ नहीं.
सेशन के बाद एक दूसरे को हेल्प करो और जानो,
हाँ,
डिस्कस करो. दैट शुड बी द
ये
स्पिरिट.
नहीं, हमको अपने आपस में कंपटीशन नहीं करना है कि आमिर से मुझे आगे जाना है, मेहताब से आगे जाना है, या
हाँ.
मुझे बहुत कुछ अच्छा कर देना है अताउल्ला से. ये नहीं, हमारा टीम वर्क है. अगर एक फेल हुआ तो सब हम फेल हो गए,
हम्म.
right? I will not give recognition to Amir if Ataullah and Shamana is failing, right? So, and that we all are observing, so we have to create a teamwork culture.
हाँ, कभी कभी बातों में जो है मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग हो
अगर
जाती है, जस्ट.
स्प्रिंग बूट में थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम है मुझे भी, अगर सर टाइम थोड़ा सा अगर एडजस्ट
बिल,
कर सकें तो स्प्रिंग बूट में.
बिल्कुल, आपने अगर ये सेशन रिकॉर्ड किया है तो एटलीस्ट आप बेसिक प्रोजेक्ट बना सकते हो.
एक्चुअली
Exactly, exactly.
आपने जो जो यहाँ पे ऐड हुआ है यहाँ पे स्प्रिंग बूट के लिए फीचर्स, इसमें जो आपने ऐड किया हुआ मैंने भी इसमें था, उसके अंदर ऐड था, सारी थे उसके अंदर ऐड थे, लेकिन वो ना चल नहीं रहा है. प्रॉब्लम
मुझे
प्रॉब्लम
पता
नहीं,
ये
है.
वो
हाँ,
करेंगे.
वो
या
नहीं
सो
चलेगा.
अभी, या
है.
अभी हम क्या करेंगे ना, व्हाट वी विल डू, वॉट एवर Balik has done, right? So,
हम्म,
we will install the same tool. We know we were using Eclipse, so there are some
करेक्ट.
differences, I understand. So we'll install the same STS tool and we make a standard for our project. And Balik is here to guide us.
और
Okay?
मलिक भाई, यू कैन जस्ट प्रिपेयर वन टेम्पलेट, एक टेक्निकल स्पेसिफिकेशन, एक मतलब
श्योर
पूरे
श्योर.
हम सबको उसको शेयर कर देना ताकि सब लोग वही फॉलो करें, वही टूल, सो
एग्जैक्टली.
एवरीवन विल बी ऑन सेम पेज. ओके, अगर वो कोई इशू भी आता है तो देन यू विल एबल टू कैच
तो
इट एंड
अभी आप लोग जैसे अभी
देन.
देख रहे हो ना, तो ऑनलाइन एक फौरन वो नोट कर लो जो बता रहे हैं. एक नोटबुक लेके बैठो अपने साथ, पेन और पेपर, ठीक है ना?
यस सर, आई हैव
तो
सर.
अगर अगर टाइप नहीं कर पा तो फौरन लिख लो. STS 4.1 किया उन्होंने, फौरन स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो कि अभी इनके क्लास के बाद इमीडिएटली कर लो, समझे ना? वो इसको इंस्टॉल कर लो. और जो इन्होंने बताया फौरन उसको जाके भी कर लो. तो हम क्या करेंगे, फिर कल बैठ के हम देख लेंगे कि जो इन्होंने बताया हम वो कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, वो प्रोजेक्ट हमारा रन हो रहा है कि नहीं, ठीक है ना?
एग्जैक्टली. और दूसरी चीज,
चले.
जैसे कि अभी साकिब ने और सतार सर ने बोला आपसे कि हमें चाहे हिंदी में आप बोलो, बिकॉज राइट नाउ एज आई टोल्ड यू इन द वेरी बिगिनिंग, यू आर नॉट प्रिपेयरिंग योर सेल्फ फॉर इंटरव्यू.
यस सर.
यू वांट टू डू एक्सेल. ओके. सो आप चाहे हिंदी में बोलो, हिंदी इंग्लिश में बोलो, किसी भी लैंग्वेज में बोलो, आपको समझ में आना चाहिए. अभी तो सिर्फ हमारा फोकस है कि वी वांट टू लर्न थिंग्स. once you learn, when you will go for interview, when we then that time we will prepare and we will work on, like, okay, your communication should be good in English, or other things you can improve later on. So right
बिल्कुल
now,
बिल्कुल.
yeah,
हाँ,
right now your focus should to learn the things. So as I told you, main thing is to know the technology, to be excel in that technology. Then how to crack the interview is totally a separate topics, totally a separate thing. Okay.
यस बिल्कुल सर. मैंने मतलब इसमें
Mm-hmm.
स्प्रिंग बूट में प्रोजेक्ट भी किया है सर एक, वो
Good.
शायद आपको शायद नहीं बताया होगा, बट सरताज सर और अदर टीम मेंबर्स को बताया है सर मैंने.
अच्छा अच्छा.
तो
चलिए.
अभी तो मैं थोड़ा बाहर हूँ नहीं तो अभी बता देता था आपको स्क्रीन शेयर करके, सेम
चलिए
मतलब
नहीं नहीं, ये
किया.
ठीक है. नहीं नहीं, वो हमें पता है कि तो आमिर जो है थोड़ा हमारा स्ट्रांग बॉय है, समझे ना?
Mm-hmm.
बलीक भाई. So he has done something, but we want everyone to be on the same page.
Exactly. That's
So,
what.
so
That's why
you
I'm.
you are going on the you are going very in a right way, So you just follow your pattern. Because
Yes, sir.
somebody is very they have some experience, they are smart, so they can go faster than me,
Yes,
right?
they will
But I have
get
to go with the pace of everyone, if understand, right? Then only I will move on, right? So that's
exactly. So I
yeah.
I'll
So
मेरी हर
yeah,
रोज सर अताउल्ला से बात होती है, अताउल्ला भाई
हम्म,
से, कि हम
हम्म,
लोग रोज करते हैं, बट बिकॉज ऑफ शिफ्ट, मतलब उसकी एक शिफ्ट अलग, टाइमिंग अलग है और मेरा अलग है, तो इसके लिए
सही
मतलब
सही
उतना
सही
ज्यादा
कह रहे
बस
हो, सही। या
कम्युनिकेशन होता
एग्जैक्टली,
है, बस
दैट्स
बात करते हैं।
अंडरस्टैंडेबल, अंडरस्टैंडेबल। वो
Yes.
है, लेकिन अभी क्या करें कि एसटीएस वाला ये जो टूल है ना, यही हम इंस्टॉल करेंगे, क्योंकि इसमें मुझे इजी लग रहा है, सब अपने आप बन जा रहा है बहुत सारी चीजें।
exactly.
वरना एक्लिप्स में क्या हो रहा है कि बहुत डिपेंडेंसी डालनी पड़ रही है हमें,
हाँ,
राइट? तो लेट्स फॉलो दिस, एसटीएस को डाउनलोड
हम्म,
करो, ये वाले आईडीई को, और इसको आईडीई बोलते हैं, राइट?
exactly.
इंटीग्रेटेड
I
yes,
do.
डेवलपमेंट
sir.
एनवायरनमेंट, ठीक है ना? तो ये सब टूल है
Okay, sir.
हमारे पास, एक्लिप्स एक टूल है, ये भी एक्लिप्स की तरह है, बट देयर आर समथिंग हैज बीन मॉडिफाइड टू मेक डेवलपर लाइफ इजी। तो ठीक है, सॉरी फॉर हाईजैकिंग द कॉल, कैरी ऑन बलिक भाई, इफ यू वांट टू wrap up, feel free to wrap up
Yeah,
anytime.
we will wrap up
And we
after
are
this.
very fortunate to have you. I'm really very thankful, SCS team to have you, as our mentor, because we understand getting a resource like you is not easy, who can give some time for community.
Yeah, that's nice of you. Thank you. Okay, so what I was telling is, once you included that dependency, you can see it's giving me the suggestion to import that particular library. Okay, so I just import and I wrote one class slash users. Okay, now how it will run, how we will get this list, in what format and all. Okay, those things I will uh, like take up in next session. Is that fine? But this is to
Okay.
start uh, with the Spring Boot project. Okay, so you can see how easy it is to create a controller. Just you give some name, you just mention it's a controller class, you then write one function. That for that function you need to do something to tell, like whether it's a get API or what API you will call to get that data. Very simple. And this is not the correct standard, as I told you. We will use obviously in next session models or views or proper standard of Spring Boot to write the logic. Got it?
Yes,
या
sir.
बल्कि मैं, और मैं क्या सोच रहा था ना, जैसा आई टॉक टू यू वन ऑन वन, मैं क्या सोच रहा था कि एक लॉगिन पेज से सिर्फ हार्ड कोड करके यूजर नेम पासवर्ड,
Exactly.
एमवीसी का जो पैटर्न है हमारा, तो हम क्या करेंगे, लॉगिन पेज एक बनाएंगे और हार्ड कोड करेंगे कंट्रोलर के अंदर अपना यूजर नेम पासवर्ड, और सिर्फ एक सिंपल जेएसपी पे दिखाएंगे यार, सक्सेस पेज जो होगा होम पेज, वो एचटीएमएल होगा सिर्फ। तो यहाँ पे
लेकिन
हम एपीआई नहीं यूज करेंगे, और उसके बाद उसी चीज को हम दिखाएंगे, अब देखो इसे हम एपीआई में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ एक लॉगिन वाला
मेरा
फंक्शनैलिटी।
मेरा एक्चुअली वही है। देखिए मेरा वही है, लेकिन लॉगिन के लिए ना हम स्प्रिंग सिक्योरिटी यूज करेंगे एनीवेज।
हाँ हाँ,
बट ये जो
जी जी
आपको कॉन्सेप्ट बताया ना, मेरा वही है, जो जैसे कि ये प्रैक्टिस अगर आप देखें तो ये
जी
इसमें ना कंट्रोलर हमने बनाया है ये। तो
जी जी,
मैंने वो किया कि पहले हम एक यूजर मान लीजिए बनाते हैं, तो ये हम यूआई
बिल्कुल,
पे कैसे दिखाएंगे डायरेक्ट।
जी
ये
बिल्कुल
आपने देखा
बिल्कुल
यहाँ पे मैंने हार्ड कोड किया है। उसके बाद
बिल्कुल
अगर
बिल्कुल,
इसके रेस्ट कंट्रोलर बनाना है, तो अब रेस्ट कैसे होगा वो, हम
एग्जैक्टली
यूआई में नहीं
एग्जैक्टली,
दिखा
यस,
रहे हैं। तो उसी
एग्जैक्टली
को रेस्ट
एग्जैक्टली,
में बना दिया। ठीक है, और
बिल्कुल
उसको बोल
बिल्कुल
दिया ये
सही कह
रेस्ट
रहे हैं।
कंट्रोलर है। तो मेरा वही कॉन्सेप्ट है, अभी उनके अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए अभी मैंने ऐसा किया
सही सही, बिल्कुल सही
हाँ
है,
इसके
बस हम
बाद मान
दोनों सेम
लीजिए
पेज पे हैं,
हाँ,
बिल्कुल, गुड प्लान।
या मान लीजिए यहाँ से नहीं आना है, तो फिर ये आना है उठ के डीबी से। तो डीबी से कैसे आएगा,
एग्जैक्टली, सही सही है, बिल्कुल सही
लाइक
है,
दैट। और
ग्रेट।
फिर उसमें हम रेपोजिटरी डायरेक्ट यूज करेंगे नहीं, डायरेक्ट यूज करेंगे फिर, या हम फिर सर्विसेज यूज करेंगे बीच में। तो वो मैं वन
एग्जैक्टली,
टू वन आई वांट टू गो, सो दैट दे विल गेट टू। अदरवाइज इफ आई टेल देम दिस
Yes,
सब कुछ
Akash bhai. Yes, sorry. I think this is already we had discussed internally myself, Shenawaz and Baligul bhai. So he will go through one by
ओके
one, Satish bhai. So,
ओके,
so I would request all the candidates before coming to questions, please be honest and try to go through the recording session as much as possible. Okay. Then you come and raise your questions. And
so
try to avoid one-to-one any person to raise a question. Please write your question in a proper format in a group, and we will decide who is going to resolve the query. So I would like, so within the team that issue should be resolved. If it is not resolved, then we will be assigned to some senior. mentor. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
second thing,
So Zahid, as you said, you can share the escalation level. So whoever has question, first they have to send the email. That's the protocol. We are setting some protocol for our team, right?
Yeah,
How we
yeah,
work
yeah.
real-time project. So you have to follow the protocol. If somebody is breaking the protocol, then definitely they are getting the negative, review or feedback.
Yeah, it is a
So we
wasting
want
of time,
everyone to
everyone.
follow the
Yeah.
protocol. If you have any issue, and I'm encouraging everyone to use email, no WhatsApp, unless it's very urgent, right?
Yeah, fine. That's also fine. But in a
Yeah.
WhatsApp, because everybody is going to checking the email, because lot of email is coming. These are the personal email, right? So I would
Mhm.
request at least the brief overview. They can mention this is the issue I have raised and I have to trigger the email. Then only we can
Exactly.
see and okay.
Yeah, Zahid bhai. I agree
Yeah.
with you. Yeah. So first send the
Thanks.
email and then the WhatsApp just say like this is the issue I have already emailed. So people will go and see, check their email
Sure.
and
Yeah.
be patient, for the reply. Because we know what is high priority for you and for the team and for SCS. So we'll prioritize each of the issue and we'll address that one by one. Right, Zahid bhai?
Yeah. Thank you. Continue, Bollywood. Bye.
so that's what I was telling. So gradually, what we are going to learn is like, okay, so this is how the controller will look like, and then in this controller we will be using some services. Okay, like let's say these services. Okay, and these services will just be interfaces, and there will be a implementation of these interfaces, and then we will have different like entity classes and all. But if I'll show you all these things like the very first day, you will be very confused. Okay, so gradually your project is going to be so big like this way. Just to get one user you need to write so many classes. But just to give you an idea, I'm telling you like what is controller just first now. Okay, now to get these users from through services and from DB, there are many other things which are required. But for now, just to make you understand, okay, you have this data and how you will show it on the UI or as a REST API. Got it? So this is what
Yeah.
this is called hard coding. So right now I'm hard coding the data.
So Ataullah, you there? Are you able to understand? At
Yes,
least you
I'm
are getting some.
yeah.
You're getting some sense. It's not going like over the mind, right? You understand,
No,
right? This is
if it
like
will
this is
go,
a SCA.
I'll just go and review again.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
if you have any question, please ask. When Baligul is here, don't be shy. Ask any silly question if you feel like
Exactly.
it might be silly. Why should I ask?
Exactly.
No, don't
Exactly.
stop yourself. You know,
I,
we are
I'll
we
give
are
you
we
one.
are a team. We are not going to laugh on anyone. Okay.
Exactly. I'll give you one quote here. I used to tell everybody this thing. Ask 1,000 silly questions instead of making one silly mistake.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
that's correct.
Very good.
Absolutely.
Very good, Baligul. Why? Very good.
So yeah, you are welcome to
But
ask any
Baligul
questions.
bhai, I would request, just prepare the template and if you can share it in the conference page, like technical specification for all the teams, right? So they
Sure,
can
sure.
just
Guys,
apply the
guys.
tools and everything.
Yeah, hello guys. I know you people are more excited. So let's finish this Baligul by then this one we'll talk later offline. What we need to prepare now. So
Yeah,
let's
sure.
candidate
Yeah.
focus on
That's
this
a
one, please.
problem.
Yeah, Zaid. Yeah. Sorry for that.
Yeah. Okay, so even if you want anyways, I think this session is getting recorded, and if somebody wants to make a note of things now, I think Sataj bhai or Sakib bhai, they can take a call, and what can they can do is like they can start preparing some Confluence pages based on my input, like which technology to use, like STS, how to download, all those things as I'm explaining. Okay, so those steps are already there to download and to run STS are already there on internet. So you can copy paste and then I can review and I can update it. I think that will be the best way.
Okay, fine, fine. So today class is over for the introduction class. I believe it is very worthy and informative. So I would request all the candidates, same thing what Baligul sir has then you people also do repeat again and again unless you understood and gather your questions. Okay. Then before the next classes, you try to drop a mail and inform in a WhatsApp. Can you please stop the recording? Yeah. Then you inform in a WhatsApp. Then based on the query, I would equate and I will reiterate. If that query is solved by any one of the candidate like Amir, Ataullah, Mehtab, or any one of your Shabana, then we will assign to them. If we know that that means that issue or that query is facing issue with whole team, not only the one particular person. That is our aim. Okay. If you people are or our candidate is not able to solve it, then definitely our expert team will be involved and they will explain what was the issue and how it got resolved. Okay. Okay, thanks a lot, Baligul Bhai. If anything, guys, I want to hear from the special from the candidates like Amit, Shabana, and others, guys. So, Ataullah and Mehta. Anything you people are looking, then I will go to next topic. No, it seems okay. Fine, thank you. Satas Bhai, anything you want to add, or you're planning to continue your session, or we will?
No, Zaid, it's already 12:40 here in
Yeah,
New
I know,
York.
I know, I know. It is getting
So,
late for
I
you.
will not continue, but I just wanted to tell one message to my, team. Like, it's very tough and we are very tough to bring this kind of people for this session like Baligul Bhai. It's very tough, the management is working, very hard to bring this type of people and we are fortunate. Again, I will repeat this kind of word very frequently. We are fortunate to have this kind of, mentor, right? So whatever you are doing in your personal life, so don't try to miss this session, and we very attentive, for this session, especially when we have mentor like this, like for any doubt or any session, for in our project going further, because we have to work very hard for next 1 to 2 months. So that's why, because I see Mehtab is just pinging me saying I'm feeling sleepy, so we have to arrange our personal things, or I know you guys are working. So, and you have paid money to SCS, right, for the training part. And, we want you to, encash the knowledge, whatever you have paid, So that's why, if you are not committed, if you don't, or you are not serious, we cannot help. After 2 months, I can just say bye-bye, I will do my project with Ballik Bhai and Saki Bhai and Zaid Bhai. I will give demo to Farooq and I will say bye Ataullah, bye Amir, bye, Shabana and bye Mehtab after 2 months, right? Because so that's why I want you to be very attentive and make your personal arrangement, or at whatever best you can do. But if you have any issue, just come to one point like, okay, this time I'm fine. And, I will stick to this timing. And, like as from the, beginning, since we started the corporate training, we were working on Thursday morning and Friday morning, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., right? 2 hour session. So we are sticking those 2 days, and but we will have frequent daily stand up, daily troubleshooting, when we are actively working on the project, right? So and also in your free time, I want all of you to give at least 2 hours a day your time to the project. If you want to excel in your career, if you want to crack something, or else I'm telling you, you guys will be doing the same BPO job with your engineering degree, So we don't our brother to have an engineering degree and working in night shift in a BPO job. We are seeing a good future for you, and we want to shape your career. So, you utilize us as much as you can.
Yeah, good
Yeah,
point.
that's all, Zaid bhai.
Yeah, last point, not the least. So last point I'm going to add. So I would like to thanks Baligul Bhai because for the bring the Baligul Bhai for the first batches, right? We had a 2 to 3 meeting. Whether Baligul Bhai can be go from the scratch, A for apple, B for ball, because he is a very high profile, and we don't want to involve here. We thought we have a big roadmap so that Baligul Bhai can be contribute on the big roadmap. Still, your people are lucky, the first batches. Then, okay, we can involve with the first batches. And we already asked the Baligul Bhai, these people might be asking unwanted questions.
No
What is
problem.
array? What is list? No, I'm telling you, we already have discussed whether you agree or not, whether you are going to accept the challenge. Some of the guy, they don't know, or they know, they may be confused. Some people are shy. So are you planning to accept that challenge? The
Exactly.
Baligul Bhai has already accepted. Yes, Baligul Bhai.
Yeah, that's what. So that's what I believe. If they have like enthusiasm to learn the things they can learn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No matter if you ask 1,000 silly questions, I don't care. As I
Yeah.
mentioned in
After
the
I heard
beginning,
that,
yeah.
then we thought, okay, he's the right guy to tackle from the first batches to make in a good shape, in a better position in our IT. Hmm? So all the best, guys. So be serious if you really want to become a good developer or in a good wealth and knowledge and technology, everything. Please use this valuable time within 2 months. And let's see whether within 2 months or 2.5 months we'll discuss. Please focus your project and focus your goal. If you're going beyond that focus and goal, nobody can help. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Oh, I would like to big thank to
Yeah,
Valigul
just a
Bhai.
concluding
So,
remarks,
yeah.
I would request everyone to just go ahead and then, because this call is recorded, right? So session. So just go ahead and do, thoroughly go through the session and then, try to install all the tools and configuration what Baligul Bhai said. And then don't, put it into pending status. Do it right away. Okay. That will be easy for you. Yeah. Thank you. All the best. Yeah. Thanks again, Valigul Bhai.
Yeah, thank you. So next session we will start from where we left.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
you can communicate in WhatsApp
So
whenever you
just
So
free.
just
yeah,
one thing.
just
So
yeah.
Baligul Bhai, do you have any tentative plan when you are going to take the
That's
next
what
session?
I'm thinking. So see, mostly I'm free on Saturday or Sunday. But
Mhm.
what I'm thinking now,
And
by
someone stop the recording. It unnecessary the use.
No, that's fine. No
Invite.
issues. I'm not able because I initially.
Valigul Bhai, you are the admin. Can you stop
Yeah.
this?
Can you just stop it?
is it okay?
I made you
Yeah,
ad.
Sakib. Yeah.
I made you host. Yeah.